Could somebody tell me what the answer for tan 60 is? Tan 60? 0.7 what? Okay, no worries. I don't think it is. Or is it? Give me seconds. Oh, 1.73. Okay, grand. Tan 70? 7.5. Okay. Sine A, sine 20. Sine 30. Sine 60. 8.7. 0.87. Sine 70. 0.94. Some yous didn't do it to 2 decimal places, and some yous rounded it up or down wrongly. That's what happens. Now, write a statement whether it's true or false. Only one trigonometric function can have values greater than 1. Unfortunately for you guys, nobody picked up full marks. Okay, why can only one trigonometric function have greater values than 1? Here's why. When you draw any triangle, and I'll draw a triangle where the opposite is clearly bigger than the adjacent. Does that make sense? Okay, now here's the real reason. I know some of you tried using the angle approach, but unfortunately it doesn't cover everything. Okay, only one trigonometric function can have a value greater than 1, and the answer is true. The reason why? Cos A equals what's the opposite over, adjacent over hypotenuse, yeah? And sine A equals opposite over hypotenuse. Are we all agreed with that? But what's the deal? The deal is that the hypotenuse is always bigger than the adjacent and the opposite. Would you agree with that? That way, it's always a fraction less than 1. So you say, since hypotenuse is bigger than adjacent and opposite, do you get what I'm saying? The hypotenuse is always the longest side in the triangle. This means cos and sine are always smaller than 1. It's very hard to get full marks in this question. Now, what about tan? What's tan, guys? Tan is tan A equals opposite over adjacent. Now, I haven't got space to write this, but you can listen to me. Because the opposite can be bigger than the adjacent, this means that tan A can be bigger than 1, can't it? Because what's 10 divided by 8? 10 divided by 8 is actually bigger than 1. So only tan can be bigger than 1, while the other ones can't. I'll just write down listen to audio. Okay. Yes. Part 2 or part 1? This one. Give me a look. Next one. As the angle increases, the value of the trigonometric function will always increase. We got away with this. We used what's cos 30 is 0.87. And what's cos 60 then? Cos 60 is a half. And what do we say the answer is? Why do we say the answer is false? That's the reason, isn't it? As cos gets bigger, the value gets smaller. Part 4. If the size of the angle is doubled, then the value of the trigonometric function also doubles. That is also false. Most of us did really well with this. Cos 30 is 0.87 and cos 60 is, what is it? 0.5. Doubling the angle does not double the value. Does everybody see that? Doubling the angle does not double. Another question on the test, okay? And there's a ladder and a building. Lads, you listening? It's a ladder and a building, okay? And the ladder and the building's on a level ground, obviously. You listening? Okay. Now, the deal is that the ladder, oh, for sake. Okay. So, this is question 1, isn't it? Okay, so it has an angle y. The ladder is 225 centimeters. Yeah, and the question is, the ladder is 70 centimeters from the wall, and the answer is the ladder is safe to use when the angle marked is 75 degrees. 75 degrees. Have we got that? 75 degrees. So what we're going to say is that what two sides do we know? We know the hypotenuse, and what's the other side we know? So what do we get then? So we're going to use sine y is 70 over 225. Is this an angle question or a length question? Angle. Go to your calculator, shift sine inverse 70 over 225. Okay, and you get an answer of, now I'm in, don't know what happened there. Is that right? Oh, I'm wrong. It's not sine. Why is it not sine, lads? Because that's the adjacent, not the opposite. So sorry, my fault. It's cos. Okay. So we're not doing sine inverse, we're doing cos inverse. Shift cos inverse. It's lower than 75 degrees, isn't it? It's 71.8887. So the answer is no. It's not fit to use because it's lower than 70. It's lower than 75 degrees. Okay. Now, question 2. What is the height of the ladder? Listening. How high can the ladder reach up the wall when it's in the safe position? What angle is the safe position again? So change that y into what? 75. Now, if that's at 75 degrees, you know that that's no longer at, that can no longer be at 70, can it? Because you've moved the ladder. Now, what's the goal of the question? You want to find out how far up the building it goes? See that red line here? That's x. That's how high up the building it goes. What function should I use and why? What function should I use? Huh? You want the opposite and you know the hypotenuse. You're going to use sin 75 is x all over 225. Lads, next thing. We're going to have to figure out the answer. Bigger than 225 or smaller than 225? Why? Hypotenuse has to be the longest, yeah? What you get when you threw that into the calculator? We got 217.3 centimeters. Have I get that? Right. Good work, buddy. All right. That's the end of the trigonometry part of this.